Earlier this week, on Monday, the Conservatives fielded an amendment for the budget by the Coalition Administration of Harborough District Council for 26-27. This was voted through, and they claim this will actually strengthen the budget, and they doubled down on that in a Facebook post earlier today being the 25th of February. I just thought I'd run you through some of the points in here and give you my opinion on what the implications are. So first of all, we have the CCTV and Control Centre, £150,000 in the budget. They propose to reduce it to £50,000. Now this makes no sense, as Councillor Simon Wellband has been asking for years that we replace all of the Chinese manufactured CCTV cameras with non-Chinese made ones. This is because of perceived security threats, which our officers say there aren't any, but you can't both be asking for more spend to replace cameras and reducing the budget. That makes no sense. Next, they have deleted the funding for a project manager post for the rewilding project in Great Bowden and other places that are yet to be announced, on the basis that they haven't fully scrutinised the business case. Now, this was an essential post for the project going forwards, and it now means that we will need to scrape around to find capacity within the council and through our partner organisations. So this will really slow things down. Next, we have option 3, fly tipping additional resource, £50,000. If they'd listened to their updates and had been paying any attention to the waste contract renewal, they realised that we have put in there more capacity for crew and also a new vehicle. It will be a larger vehicle and it will have a grab arm on the back. Fly tipping has actually been reducing in the district, but the size of the tips have been getting larger. So that's why we really need a vehicle that can actually grab the what's been deposited and put it in the back. So again, this looks unresearched, and I'm not actually sure what we can spend that £50,000 on at this point in time. Next, we have street cleansing, additional resource. So I think we previously used to have a lot, but the Conservatives cut that into PC25, and this is to get a new driver for a street cleanser. Now, £35,000 is probably the salary you'd pay for a driver, but there's no indication of how we're going to pay for all the overheads, such as pension, employees, NI contributions and stuff like that. So again, you'd have thought they'd known better on this. Flooding. So they want to reduce by £50,000. Right, okay, so the balance of £200,000 is now to be split between a one-off allocation to investigate causes, leaving £50,000 of flooding support. The £250,000 was there to support the outcomes of the Regulation 19 reports that Leicestershire County Council actually submits, and they are just coming out now. And they are the investigations into the cause. So again, this is a complete wrong-headed move by the Conservatives, and now we don't have that money to support the flooding and any changes that need to be made. Next, we have the change in bulky waste collection charges. Yes, I'm sure anyone that uses this service will appreciate the reduction from £50 down to £10. It may reduce fly tipping, but then that's more about the people who've commercialised fly tipping. We are not sure that we can actually legally do this. Again, stay posted for this. When we run a service, we are not allowed to subsidise it. So the price is at pretty much what it costs to run the service. We're also not allowed to make a profit out of it unless we're going to cross-subsidise of some very specific related services. This is all in legislation. So this may not be able to be implemented. We'll find out soon. Neighbourhood planning, so a lot of the parish councils and also the neighbourhood forums within Market Harborough are producing neighbourhood plans. These sit underneath the local plan that's going through at the moment. And this question has been asked before by the Cabinet, and we again think legally we can't do this. So again, another well-researched item in the budget. Next, we have the grants to ward members and community grants. So at the moment, we have £1 million for community grants, and the distribution of this money is based on a hierarchy of settlements. At the top, we have Market Harborough and Lutterworth, and then we have the larger villages like Kibworth and Broughton Astley getting apportionments. The two largest settlements, Market Harborough and Lutterworth, have been given equal amounts of money in the community grants, which is £150,000 each, even though Market Harborough is considerably larger than Lutterworth. This new allowance then merges that with the members' grants, which is £5,000. So each member now ends up with £35,000 to spend. This now means that all community organisations need to go through their councillor and not the grant officers, and that Market Harborough now has £210,000 to spend on its residents rather than the £150,000 before, which I'm sure everyone would be quite happy about, and is completely opposite to the intention of what they were trying to do. Now, removal of growth posts. Now, they say this creates a structural debt. These are all temporary roles, so they will be on 2 to 3 year contracts, so there won't be any redundancies or anything like that at the end of these. The first one was the Future Open Space Development Officer. So going forwards, our open spaces will be adopted by the council, but the purpose of this officer is to go around and also try and work out or resolve issues and frictions between communities and the mancos. Most of the kind of like complaints that councillors get are from the mancos that operate and maintain the open spaces on pretty much any developments from the 90s to now, and most people are very unhappy with them. Poor service, lots of money. Next is Communications Officer for the LGR being the Local Governance Review, which is the abolition of the districts and councils and the county council, and the creation of unitaries. So this is basically to cover that liaison, make sure everyone's aware of what's going on, and also a Community Outreach Support Officer. They will all be missed, sadly. Next, we have diversification of leisure. We put £500,000 in to support the nighttime economy and any projects coming through with that. This has been taken away and given to the hospitality sector without a business case. Councillor Peter James, who is very involved with the hospitality businesses, says they're not asking for this. So where it's come from, I don't know. Maybe this was a bit better tasked at kind of like germinating small businesses, but and maybe expanding small businesses as well. But it's too late for that. And this is the stinger, and the one you've probably all heard about already. Removing £666,000. Maybe we should change that. That was the devil's number from the rewilding projects. And this is the capacity to actually get in there and do some of the basic first steps before our partner organisations and grants start coming through. We now have no capacity to manage this project, and we have no money to push into the project, so we're reliant on pulling. So all the work is now going to be done through grants and anything that comes from our partner organisations. So this is really hamstrung the project and stymied it for the ability. So linked to the earlier budgeting for a driver for road sweeper, we now have £40,000. This is great. I think that'll probably get us one of those push along road sweeps. This means the council now has to find the extra £131,000 that actually costs to buy a mechanical road sweeper. And of course, we need to go back to the procurement process and add the staffing for the new road sweep into the new contract that's going through as well. So this is an entirely unresearched item in here again. So I really don't know what the Conservatives are doing here. Next, one of the things we kept talking about during the debate was if the Conservatives have brought these amendments through to scrutiny. So the whole budget's been through scrutiny already. The Conservatives put alongside some green comments, which were then included into the budget to do with I can't remember funding. Anyway, we'll come back to that one. But disabled play equipment. Yes, this is something that's been talked about in the past, and I think somebody was going around surveying the parks to see how they suit people, and I certainly would have backed this being in the budget, so great. But now it's been forced in through the back door. All in all, I think it's an awful amendment. It has reduced the council's ability to deliver on the rewilding projects, and this is something that is extremely popular within our community. Thank you.